I think the work of an MP in Uganda is a very difficult work, Oscar. People want you to do work without any money. And I think that's the good MP. No facilitation, because all the time I have worked at Monitor, at Observer, even when Parliament buys you a computer, it's a story in a newspaper. Where I worked, I was being given airtime to do work. At Parliament, they give you airtime, it is a story in a newspaper. But this 20 million shilling, you will not find any complaint in my constituency. Because I started distributing food on day one. It's as if I asked the first group, I asked them. Okay, not when Mr. Museveni announced that there will be a lockdown, did he put a phrase that the next day you go to SSEMUJJU for food? I asked the first group, and I didn't know that these things are going to be bad. I am distributing food every single day. In the history, my history as a member of Parliament, I have returned the money twice. This particular one, even if you bring a caterpillar, and I want anyone to hear, because me, I don't pretend. I have seen Honorable Zaki writing that he wants to return. I want to go and plead with him to give it to me. Because I have policy centers, I have fought. Because I must balance between morality and starvation. So I have people who are feeding on porridge, pregnant women, and they hear that SSEMUJJU, because he wants to be a populist, is returning money. Let me tell you, on this one, you can bring 4 caterpillar. If they give it to me, they haven't given it to me. I am looking forward. Actually, I want to go and thank Kadaga and complain 20 is not enough. Because if the only job I am doing in my compound is to open and give people, I have been at Mandela. At one time, Mandela closed. I had to go to Ofonopono to bring in maize from Nachifuma. Is this my job as an MP? So if I go through this and I hear,
I hope you will give Mandela closed because there's no food.
The maize you gave me, the maize you gave me was for selling. Did you give it to me for free? And then I had to go to Mukono to a maize mirror.
But did you facilitate
so
him?
what I am going through, Oscar, as an MP in an urban area today, it is something I have never gone through. If there are MPs who want to be populist, return the money. By the way, when I returned the money the second time, I had trouble. We were only 14. Even those who returned the money like they are now doing on social media, they ended up not returning the money.
That's true.
Some MPs are bad mannered. For me, when I say I'm going to return the money, I will return and get a receipt. So therefore, Oscar, this particular one is not enough. I am actually looking for Kadaga first to thank her, but to tell her I want more. Okay. If government feeds everybody in my constituency, those who are coming, no, I have already incurring costs. Which one will I return? I have told you, I went to Mandela the first time, made an order. The following day I went when they had closed. I even had to call people from their homes to come and give me the second consignment. When they didn't, I called Ofono. He says, now you come to Nachifuma. I have become, a child wants me to go to his store. I want him to come to my home. I don't have to come to your store. And you see what I go through. I called the numbers, she's going through the same thing. So for
let us ask Mose.
So I am looking for the MPs who want to return the money after this show. I want to go and they give it to me. When I feed the Kira, or when government feeds Kira, they can come for their money. But now, please.
And that's the debate which Parliament was denied.
Now, before I comment on the 10 billion, Oscar.
You don't even need to comment on all the 10.
Yes,
did you get your 20 million?
Not even me, I don't know. The truth is, we need to put on record, yes. That money has not been paid.
Not yet, yes.
Yes, yeah, but it has not yet been paid.
We are monitoring.
But I just wanted...
No, I will tell you, Oscar.
That money has not yet been paid. That's the truth.
Oscar, the fact first, I want to put a few things to perspective. This one of defense, 458 billion, and classified looks very big. And if you are not careful, you'll think the defense is just a greedy institution. I am not their spokesperson, but I just want my colleagues and listeners to understand. From me, who is managing also refugees, I came to the media center and announced that because of this challenge, we are blocking all the borders, porous as they may be. I don't want refugees from South Sudan. I don't want refugees from DR Congo. I don't to continue coming. We activated the UN system. We told UNHCR Kampala, get in touch with the Congo, get in touch with the DR Congo, get in touch with Juba. Those people who are victims of violence must be encamped within their countries for the next 30 days. We also closed what we call reception centers. But then, while we were doing that, we knew the border is still porous. So these people, I can tell you, Oscar, have continued. For example, there is fighting as we talk now going on in Ibonia. between some warlords and whatever. And then the people who are coming from an Ebola-infested place and probably also having COVID-19 were threatening to enter Zombo. So we pleaded to security, you people, now you have been in detaches and stuff, but you in charge of security, please help the police and LOCs to police this porous border. Can you imagine just from Paida, policing it all the way to Arua? It takes so many units, and as we talk now, just
information. No information on that one, because we need to get the 458 billion is not part of what we are talking about. That one is in addendum 2, and UPDF was given 30.3 billion.
But I just wanted...
So it's different from even the 400 that had come before.
But I just want... I'm not a spokesperson, again, I want to make this clear, but I just want the country to know that this situation we are dealing with is not normal. And in this abnormal situation, these institutions of government have been stretched beyond what they even had planned for. So I really want you...
The information Honorable Katun is giving
I have taken note of it. Yes. So that is one.
Came before COVID.
Yeah, so now, then this one of the 10 billion, now each MP is supposed to... For me, as a minister, it is true that we have responsibility. It is, some people are saying, oh, you know, now there is a lockdown. When the truth is, the people of Amuria are listening. Every single day that we are in our constituencies.
And not just Amuria, the people of Uganda,
Uganda are listening. Every single day we are in our constituencies. The pressure, people don't differentiate between a member of parliament and the government. They think the member of parliament has capacity to do this. So we, as ministers, for example, may not be sitting in the parliamentary commission to say do this, but I think the parliamentary commission, in its wisdom,
Minister of Finance, the Prime Minister's
but in their wisdom, if they saw that this will help, the most important thing, how transparently can it be utilized for the benefit of the citizens? If that is the question, then that should be the subject of debate. But to say it is wrong, because first of all, 20 billion of Onopondo will not change so many things. 20 million will not change.
So if it will not change,
why take it? Don't respond. Finish.
Yes. So to me, what is important is, yes, I agree that the Minister of Health needs more money. Even what they got is not enough. Because we want this, what the doctor, our good doctor was telling us, we want ventilators, we want masks, we want so many things.
We want payment for COVID workers.
We want that must come. And this should not, so we should not lose sight of the, and then misdirect our debate. So for me, yes.
Well, first of all, my colleagues, the MPs,
I've switched off their microphones.
Swore to defend the Constitution and also to legislate.
Which is why they wanted the budget debated.
And therefore I would have expected them first to stick to the legal mandate of an MP. Now, the second, they also borrow best practices, particularly in the Commonwealth. I would have wanted them to cite other Commonwealth jurisdiction countries where COVID lockdowns in, perhaps they are also giving relief support.
They are going to borrow from us.
They are going to give relief support to their people. And MPs have given money, Parliament has devoted money directed to MPs to feed their population with the best practices in the Commonwealth. I would have expected them to do so. But be that as it may, this is not the first time. We must always bear this in mind. This is not the first time for MPs or for Parliament to give this kind of money. Every time there has been a justification. Now they are giving a justification that they are cooking porridge. I think the Parliament should have insisted the government to deliver on its mandate. I think that would have been much better for them. Now, for them to say that because they took on this role which is not theirs, therefore it should be funded through the treasury, I think it is wrong. Secondly, are MPs the only ones giving relief support? Or perhaps because they enjoy higher pedestal, they are the ones that the media captures. There are thousands or millions of other leaders who are giving similar relief support. Are they the only ones who are elected, we have local council people, LC5 chairpersons, councillors, LC3, who may be giving similar support.
Actually, they need from MPs.
How come this good parliament has not voted similar money to LC councillors, to LC3 chairpersons, also to give some stipend or food to their respective constituencies?
May I ask you a leading question?
Yes.
So, in your opinion, do you think MPs accepted the 10 billion to quickly get this budget through without scrutiny?
Yes, I'm privy. In fact, this 10 billion, I think, was a sweetener
to get the budget through
from your government.
And remember this debate, by the way. Even this debate about attempting to halt government from distributing food in Kampala, there was innuendo and discussion in Parliament that this relief food be given to MPs directly, like SSEMUJJU is arguing, give me person, I can't give my people.
No, I don't want.
It could have worked, but what was the purpose? For them to take political electoral advantage. Remember,
and that's where the point is.
Remember,
I'm going to take it up from there. Because now government want to take political advantage.
And remember, MPs are now used to asking for votes. One of the reasons they are praising Musa here, Musa gives, through his mandate, gives them food, gives them handholds, the government gives them handholds, they give them...
And we eat the food Musa gives us.
They give them planting materials and so on and so on.
No, that's Minister of Agriculture.
If I go to Bugweri, I am not so sure that my brother who has been receiving handholds and beans and planting materials of maize, that productivity in Bugweri...
Don't say I've been receiving, ask Musa here.